Thanks, Andre. I'll do a couple if that's okay. Kyle, welcome to the Oilers. Thanks for doing this. I guess first of all, didn't take too long after free agency started. So tell us about your decision process and why you think Edmonton's the right choice for you.
It was a bunch of things, Reed. A great team moving in the right direction with two of the best players in the world, a great coach, and a good young group that, like I said, is maturing and moving in the right direction. And I really feel the opportunity to win here is coming.
And I guess my other one would be maybe just to put a cap on the time with Nashville. Obviously, they decided to move on. Can you just maybe touch on what it was like to go through that as an athlete and look back on the last couple of years there?
Yeah, I'm thankful for the opportunity they gave me, but just for whatever reason, it didn't work out, and it's frustrating that it didn't work out. But at the same time, I'm just really excited for this new opportunity and just getting started. I wish we could start because I'm really looking to getting going.
Next question to Jason Greger from TSN 1260. Go ahead, Jason.
Well, Kyle, congratulations on the contract. You mentioned Draisaitl and McDavid. Obviously, they're the top two centers on the team. So if you look just position-wise, did you have conversations with Dave? Do you see yourself as a third-line center or possibly playing the wing?
I think playing in that third-line center role and just helping out from a depth standpoint and honestly, doing whatever the team needs me to do, I'm on board for. So I just want to be a part of that group and that team because it's, like I said, there's good things ahead.
You'll come in as a veteran guy, Kyle, and you've got a really good reputation of understanding and seeing the bigger picture sometimes in hockey. You did a lot of stuff off the ice in Ottawa. For a team that's had a lot of losing, when you come in the room, how are you as a leader? Are you a guy that can stand up and talk to the guys? Do you lead by example? How do you feel you fit in that regard?
I try to lead by example, and I've been very lucky to have some great captains over the course of my career. I had Shane Doan in Arizona to start my career, and then I had Daniel Alfredson for a long time in Ottawa there, and I'm good friends with Erik Karlsson, who was a captain for a bit, and just leading by example, and then I'm not a overly big vocal person out loud, but I'm big on creating kind of relationships individually and kind of understanding everybody and just kind of I feel like if you can get the best out of each individual, then collectively bringing it together and it'll help form the best team.
Next question to Derek Van Diest from Post Media.
Hi, Kyle. Welcome to Edmonton. I just wanted to ask you about your game. You've always been an offensive guy. In the last couple of years, is there a transition to being a more defensive role now, or do you still expect to kind of play in an offensive role here with the Oilers?
I really take pride in my defensive game and being a strong two-way centerman, but I love offense. I love creating. I love contributing offensively, and I think that's a really big part of my game that I think I did a good job of in Ottawa that I didn't do such a good job of in Nashville, but I want to get back to that and contributing more offensively.
And also a follow-up to that, I just want to ask you about working with Dave Tippett. I guess, how well do you know him? And I guess, is he a guy that kind of knows you pretty well?
Yeah, I think he does. We had a year together in Phoenix, and then he coached me at World Championships a few years back, and yeah, I have great respect for him. He's a very honest coach, and as a player, that's exactly what you want. You just want to be told honestly what's going on. And then his systems and his thought process for the game. And he's got so much experience that, yeah, I have a great respect for Tip.
Next question to Mark Spector, sportsnet.ca. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Kyle, just to kind of follow up on that last question. So, you come in here, like you're a third overall guy and you've had a lot of offense in your career. And, when a young guy comes along, drafted highly, of course, everyone expects 80 points out of him every year. I get I get that. You come in here and, of course you got to score some points, but they got guys here who score points, especially up the middle. Is this a point in your career where you transition a little bit and you take on a little bit of a different role? Do you look at this as a new perspective for Kyle Turris in the role you'll take here in Edmonton?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm there to do what the team needs me to do. And I think that is, it's playing solid defensively and taking pride in my defensive game like I have. But I also feel like that's contributing offensively, and adding a layer of depth to the team that can help McDavid and Draisaitl. I want to help the team in both aspects.
And have you, having been, I how do I say this? You were Connor McDavid once, you know what I mean? You came to a team as a younger guy, as going to be the savior almost. Now you're older, right? You've been through all this stuff. I would think there's a lot of mental and a lot of perspective that you would bring to the table for a younger team like this. Is that fair?
Yeah. I don't know if it's fair to say I've ever been a Connor McDavid. I've got some experience in the league and in different situations, from being the young guy coming in and from transitioning from that into more of a middle-aged role to now being more of a veteran presence. And I feel like I have experience that I can offer and relate to people and just help communicate in different situations that hopefully will bring the best out of everybody.
Jack Michaels, Ched Radio. Jack, go ahead as soon as your microphone is active. Go ahead.
Kyle, I just wanted to ask you from a team perspective. A couple of years ago, you were really knocking on the door overtime to go to the Stanley Cup final, a Game 7 against Winnipeg. At this point, with having accomplished a great deal, is the team goals ever more at the forefront of your mind in terms of getting over that hump? You've been close and haven't quite tasted it yet. What part of your decision lies in that motivation?
It was a big part of my decision. Seeing where this team is at with the young group, but maturing and taking another step last year. And you have, like I said, two of the best players in the world. So to have that as your core and move forward, I'm still bitter about that double overtime against Pittsburgh when I was in Ottawa, and to be that close to getting to the Cup final and not get through. I'm really excited to be in a situation here with Edmonton where we're moving in the right direction and it's looking very promising moving forward.
Next question will go to Reed Wilkins, Ched Radio. Reed, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just jump back in here, Kyle. Quick question about, first of all, being in the bubble here in Edmonton and any time or connections you might have to Edmonton or Northern Alberta. I'm not sure if you have any, but I want to ask.
The bubble was it was really neat to see the facilities, because it was the first time I'd been in the Oilers locker room. It was gorgeous. Obviously I'd seen the rink and knew the rink was a great setup, but to actually get in the locker room and see the facility blew my mind. And then as for Edmonton, I have a few friends there. I have one good friend of mine who I played Junior A Tier 2 with in Vancouver with the Express. He actually captained our team, and he lives in Ottawa there, or in Edmonton there with his family, and that's Brady Cook. And then I have another family friend there as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reed. Next question to Derek Van Diest from Post Media. Derek, as soon as your microphone's active, you can ask your question. Go ahead.
Thanks, Andre. Kyle, I want to ask you about the range of emotions in the last couple of days. You go from being bought out to signing a contract, for the Oilers. What was that like? I guess it's got to be, in one sense, it's got to be obviously tough to be bought out, but then it could be totally contrasting to signing a contract 2 days later.
Yeah, no, it was a chaotic couple of days, yeah, I mean, getting bought out was frustrating. It was frustrating that didn't work out, but then at the same time, it was that was kind of in the rearview mirror right away, and just looking forward. And honestly, I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to prove the player I am and have been for most of my career. And that's why I'm so excited and thankful to have this opportunity with Edmonton.
Just a quick follow-up on that. What's the plan now? It looked like they want to get the schedule going in January. I guess what's the plan for you now leading up to the start of the season?
Well, we're my wife and I are gonna sit down and kind of figure out what that is gonna look like as to when we're gonna get to Edmonton and whatnot. But I'm assuming it'll be probably sometime soon, probably sometime in the next month or so. And we have kind of things to figure out, and loose ends to tie up out here in Ottawa and down in Nashville, and I'm on a real good routine of working out and skating and just kind of gonna start getting everything set for the move.
Thanks. Congrats on the deal. Little birdie out of Nashville told me a story about the amount of time you spent on Zoom calls with special needs kids during the pandemic, how much time and commitment you put into causes that were important to you. I know you're a family guy as well. Can you maybe just discuss what role that's played for you kind of over these years, and specifically the time you spent on those Zoom calls with those kids during the pandemic who maybe couldn't see their friends? I
just think the position that we're in, we're in a position where we're lucky to be able to have the opportunity to meet these kids and other people, and just to be able to put a smile on somebody's face. My wife and I think it's a neat position to be in, and we try to meet as many people as we can, because we feel lucky to be able to do that. So it's it's a lot of fun. We really enjoy it.
I'll give it 1 second to see if there's any other further questions. I should make a note to media, and this will be news to Kyle Turris as well, but the Oilers have just announced we've signed Tyler Ennis to a one-year contract. So we'll be sending out information on shortly on doing a Zoom call with him as well. I think that's it for questions. So thanks very much, Kyle. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to having you in Oil Country. Welcome to Edmonton.
Thanks, guys. I can't wait to get there.